All right. Can you hear me now, everybody? Can you hear me now? I'm now live. I'm now ready to go. We'll go over everything. I still like Arsenal to win the league. Yes, they're 5 points back, but Odegaard will be back. He's the captain. Arsenal are not going to try to defend leads anymore. They're going to actually start to tear apart these teams, that we were accustomed to seeing throughout December, January, and February of last year. Arsenal are going to start to tear up and destroy these teams through December, January, and February. And basically, they have 5 wins and 3 draws because their late fan, the Queen of Arsenal, the Queen of England, is an Arsenal fan. And so, of course, 5 wins, 3 draws. The Queen was coronated in the year 53. And so the margin will be 5 points outside of first, to 3 points outside of first. Basically, when City draw, they drop their next points, and Arsenal, they win in the same week that City drops points. So it's a long season. It's a rigged title race. And the week that City does drop points, they're 3 points back. And basically, Arsenal are going to beat City. And that is going to more than cover the current 5 match deficit right now. Inter, they drew against Juventus, but Napoli have a tough schedule coming up. You have your Milan and Atalanta and Inter. So they are going to drop some points, and Inter are going to start winning matches. So a preview of the Scudetto, first and second, Napoli and Inter. Juventus are still there, but Juventus have to be consistent. So I still back these two teams. Arsenal to win the Premier League title 21 years later. Inter to win their 21st claim Scudetto. Includes the one that they stole from Juventus. Cardinals are winning the division. They have defeated the Dolphins with Tua. One team will be in first during the Niners bye week. It will be the Cardinals because the Rams are going to stay alive when they defeat the Seattle Seahawks. So you have to have the Rams win so you maximize the fan interest of the LA market. Basically, the Rams are going to defeat Seattle. Seattle is they should be in, well, I think all 4 teams in the NFC West are going to frame it. But there's one team that's going to drop that. I think it's Seattle based on their form. So plus they're losing 31-3 against Buffalo. So the Seahawks are a very big pretender. But yeah, scripted comeback against Miami. Cardinals kicker is such a dramatic storyline. Chad Ryland fills in for Matt Prater and 3 game-winning field goals, it looks like. It looked like Miami's going to run away with that game, but then Cardinals came back. I don't know how they did it, but they did it. And they'll be going for 5-4 next week. Someone said Jordan Love was hurt, so it's only a groin. There's no reason why he can't play. One team is going to be ahead of the 49ers during the 49ers bye week. That team is not the Seattle Chicken Hawks. They're terrible. I made my case. This team got destroyed by the 49ers. They got destroyed at their own backyard against the Buffalo Bills. This team is terrible. At least the Cardinals, they lost in close fashion at Buffalo in the first week of the year. The Seahawks team is terrible. Geno Smith is just not it. Time to move on from Geno Smith. Oh, Tua fumbled right there. He fumbled 3 times today. That Dolphins offensive line must be terrible. But yeah, someone was telling me that Jordan Love is hurt, but he'll probably play and Green Bay probably wins. Detroit to fall to 6-2. Jordan Love and the Packers get the win. Public might like Detroit, but Green Bay's pretty damn good too, aren't they? And the Bears really going to miss the playoffs now due to this Hail Mary play that was completely rigged. I mean, Bears is 18. Next thing you know, they go from 99% chance of winning to 0% chance of winning. 10 completions in the game. I mean, Caleb is trash. This guy's terrible. I think if Detroit loses, it makes this number 1 seed just wide open. Washington 2 losses, Philly 2 losses, Minnesota if they don't choke, they have 2 losses, Green Bay 2 losses, Detroit 2 losses. The game is rigged the next week for Detroit to lose because keep your NFC North exciting. You have your Detroit lose. The Vikings are still in it. And then your Phillies and Washingtons are still alive for the number 1 seed because the NFC West, they don't have a super strong team in that division this year. So that's probably how the NFL is going to be rigged from the NFC side next week. As far as the AFC side goes, the Chiefs will lose with the next couple of weeks. Is this win streak going to end at 13 like the Taylor Swift 13 enigma I was speaking about? This is how I knew the 49ers would lose against their daddy, Patrick Mahomes. Their daddy, his name is Daddy Patty. Patrick Mahomes owns you. They passed on him in the draft, and he went on to win 2 Super Bowls. He's 5-0 against San Francisco. This is what I mean by Daddy Patty. They act all hard. They're going to beat Patrick Mahomes, and they cry like little bitches because I don't follow him. That's my 41er team who should have drafted Patrick Mahomes. You see, you got to take accountability for not drafting Patrick Mahomes. And they still don't have a quarterback. Cardinals do have a quarterback. His name is Murray Magic. Ford Turdy is simply not that guy. He simply is not that guy. The riddle behind Ford Turdy playing for the division title in Week 18. Well, Ford Turdy can stay put. He grew up in Arizona. Ford Turdy, the offseason has began. You can stay put at Arizona because the season ends for the Niners in Week 18 when the Cardinals win the division. How about another game-winning field goal by Chad Ryland? He did so against the Chargers. He did so against the 49ers. Cardinals did so against the Dolphins. This feels like a magical, miraculous Kyler Murray season. Right out of the NFL's scripted playbook. The game was rigged. That game was rigged today. As they say, cardiac cards is rigged. Because 8 full years without winning the division. And the coach is an 8-life path. Cardinals go 8 seasons without winning the division. 9 years later, Cardinals win the division over the Niners. Matthew Stafford's about to retire. Geno Smith is a journeyman. Cardinals have Kyler Murray. They pay the guy $200 million. When you pay a guy $200 million, he's got to be in the playoffs. I do see that Dallas plays the Eagles next week. It's all we're laughing at the Cowboys. They can fire the coach. They're simply Cowboys win a scripted game, and they fumbled at the goal line. Wow. Dolphins really did gift wrap that game. Dolphins couldn't just hold on to the ball. They were lucky to jump on that ball. Otherwise, they wouldn't have scored. They got pretty lucky. This team can't hold on to the football. I don't know how the Cardinals are in a division race. Everybody else is just mediocre. So you can get away with being mediocre as long as everyone else in the NFC West is just about equal in mediocrity. So this means the NFC West is the 4th seed. Do I have that right? They're the 4th seed. 4 against 5. I'd love another Cardinal-Packer matchup. First game back in the postseason since Fitzgerald retired. Fitzgerald was a Vikings fan for Cardinals, Minnesota. They probably want Kyler Murray over Sam Darnold. Cardinals-Packers, They probably want Packers if they want Packers Lions 3 match in the playoffs. Yeah, Cardinals going to be hosting a home game. Cardinals are they're 4-0 in playoff games at State Farm Stadium. They beat the Falcons, they beat the Eagles, and then they beat the Packers, and then they beat the Packers. So yeah, Cardinals are undefeated at home in the postseason. They'll win their first 5 home games in the playoffs, and the first time they'll lose at Glendale's their 6th playoff game. When the Cardinals are in the playoffs, they're going to win their playoff game. Because they'll be 5-0 at home at State Farm Stadium. The next time they play a playoff game at home, the Cardinals will lose. So any future year, next year, the following year, this will help us. Yeah, the gold rush is over. Sorry, May. NFL rigs these things. They rig these things. Oh, they win every Super Bowl. San Francisco's Comanche 50. They win their first 5 Super Bowls, and then basically the gold rush is over. So yeah, it's all rigged based off of the history of the gold rush. What can you say? What can you say? That's why they fucked over Harbaugh. That's why that they had the scripted Patrick Mahomes. He in the 100-year anniversary was the face of the NFL, and the Chiefs played in the first 2 Super Bowls, and so that's how it was all predetermined that that's where he was going to end up on. Mahomes is going to end up on the Chiefs, and he did because he's the new face of the NFL, and the Chiefs were one of the 2 inaugural teams in the inaugural Super Bowl. Ohtani's playing hurt. They didn't want to lose the TV audience. Baseball said we wanted to clear you. Manfred said we wanted to clear you. Baseball and the Dodgers and everybody else, they were like, we're not sacrificing viewers. Ohtani's going to play injured the rest of the series because they clearly only care about the money at this point. So make no mistake about it, he is playing injured. And baseball's not taking a hit with the TV audience because Ohtani's still going to play. Yeah, Bosa, yeah, what can you say? I don't know if it's about white identity or the right-wing hate radio, but yeah, he was a dumpster. He lost the Super Bowl in the year Donald Trump lost the election. Same thing's going to happen again for this Mr. Little Maggot Nick Bosa, who starts talking shit about Kyler Murray. But last time I checked, the 49ers have Fraud Turdy as quarterback, and the Cardinals have a better quarterback than the 49ers. Jorginho hit a home run tonight. I better hit a home run. I do like the Steelers, the blitz the Giants. Have you seen the Giants play football? They have a terrible offensive line. I just think if it's not a completely rigged game, I think the Steelers should blow these guys out of the water. It would just make Steelers Ravens more interesting. When you have the Ravens lose against Cleveland, and then you have Pittsburgh destroy the Giants. Next thing you say, people are going to be going for Lamar Jackson to be injured against the Steelers. Lamar's got to play from behind, 0-2 and playing behind in the AFC North. Lamar Jackson is going to have the best scripted storyline of the season. Lamar Jackson be playing behind, 0-2. He'd be playing behind in the AFC North. It'll be official after tomorrow. The Steelers are going to win definitely by a touchdown. This Giants offensive line is terrible, and the Steelers, their defensive line is for real. They can get good pressure with 4 guys. The Giants are a laughing stock of an offensive line. And Daniel Jones is notorious for fumbling footballs. So this should be a blowout tomorrow. You never know what Tampa Bay if these guys struggle against the Raiders, it won't surprise me to see this win streak end at 13 games. Certainly, the Denver Bronco defense is for real, and Mahomes has had interception every single game. So They should be able to lose within these next couple of weeks. Yeah, Broncos. You know what? Broncos beat the Ravens and the Queefs. They beat Tampa and Queefs lose against Denver. Suddenly, that division becomes within a manageable margin. Something's happening to the Chiefs in the next couple of weeks. Who they lose to? They will get a loss before Buffalo. That's a definite. That's a definitive statement. Which game are they losing against? Bryce Young, youngest Camacho 82. Could hypothetically the Kansas City Queefs be 8-2? Let's say they lose against Buffalo and lose against one of the two, Tampa or Denver. They should lose. They'll beat the Raiders on the 29th. They'll beat the Panthers on the 24th. Chiefs will lose some games. They should be losing some games. I see Travis Kelce got his first touchdown at the same site of his Super Bowl victory. First touchdown of the year. Happening in the Chiefs' 13th consecutive win. Now, that is definitely rigged because his number is a difference of 13 from 100. Now, the Chiefs have to lose because you have to make your head-to-head tiebreakers with your Houstons and your Buffaloes. Make it interesting. That's what the NFL wants. They want Buffalo to beat Kansas City. They want to sit here and say Buffalo has a chance at that number 1 seed. Buffalo fans feel emotional. They're going to bet on their team to win and the Chiefs to lose all in the same week. Calais is 6'8". Kyler Murray is like 5'10". Of course, he's going to have batted balls down the line of scrimmage. It's still, he's found a way to beat him. But yeah, Texans have to keep on winning because that Saturday game, that's got to be interesting. That Texan game, that has to be interesting. I don't think a groin is a very serious injury. I think this guy will be fine. Bengals definitely going to beat the Raiders. They don't have a quarterback. Wow. Bengals haven't won at home. Their last home playoff win was against the Raiders. Yep. Yep. Joe Burrow's going to tear apart the Raiders. Why do you keep picking against the Raiders? Why do you keep picking against the Panthers? Maybe these teams suck and just don't be all emotional about these little gay ass corporations, okay? I had this gay ass team losing to Miami. Somehow they won. I just know the NFC West sucks this year. What can you say about it? What can you say? Kyler Murray's a midget. He's this and that. Kyler Murray. This time they will win the division. They won't collapse it like they did in 2021. They start 8-1, but they collapsed the division in 2021. Chicago Bears are missing the playoffs. This team could have had Jaden Daniels Washington will be in the playoffs. The Bears are going to miss the playoffs. The Bears going to miss the playoffs after this Hail Mary play. There's no reason why they can't beat the Bears. I think this team is trash and they can't beat the Bears. What's Eberfluss's record? 4-5 is Miami and Bears, but then 5-4 is Gematria, their next opponent, the Jets. If they lose against Chicago, they'd be good because they have the Jets. Bear defense is pretty good, though. It is. What's the home record before New York? I don't think Jets is Gematria 32 or 2-3. So, yeah, there's not much to see from there. Although Bears is 33, if they lose against the Bears, fall to 2-3 at home, they're beating the Jets. So the judgment is it all depends on how they do against Chicago. They'll be 3-3 at home. They'll lose one of the next two games. The Chicago connections with the Bears are noted because the Cardinals used to play in Chicago, and Caleb Williams could get his first road win playing for the Bears against the team that originated from Chicago. So anyway, it's some stupid BS Bears ritual for Caleb Williams to get his first road win against the only NFL team with connections to Chicago. So this is where I can see next week being rigged for the Bears. But forget about the Jets. The Cardinals destroy Aaron Rodgers at home again. Remember the two playoff games? I remember. It was 51-45. That game was dope. Aaron Rodgers, a big 30, 40-yard play, and then the Hail Mary tied the game, and Carson and Fitzgerald in overtime. This I remember. The Cardinals are beating Rodgers. They'll lose against Chicago. They'll beat the Packers. I hope they beat the Bears. I'll be losing, and we beating the Jets. I don't think it's a promise. It's a promise that we're going to beat the Bears. Or they lost because of turnovers, or they gave it away today. I can see them giving it away. They gave them the game, just like the Bears gave it to Washington. I saw that ass clown today. He was all mocking the fans while the play was happening. So the ball was already snapped, and he's here talking shit and looking at the fans, and he wasn't focused on his assignment. So yeah, I saw that. That Bear guy is a big clown. Cam Reddish still on the team, or is he injured? I know Terrion Prince is gone. But yeah, 3-0 without our best primary perimeter defender. Cam Reddish, our second best perimeter defender. He's out for personal reasons. I wonder what's hoping. Family issue. Hopefully everything's going good with Cam Reddish. We'll hear more about it during a magical Mammoth style Lakers comeback. When's number 5 going to come back? Help go to the bar when his 5th ring. You see Cam Reddish shutting down the perimeter. JJ Redick, he be at the car wash, but he's watching film in his car. This guy's dedicated. This guy's for real. He's not a beer buddy like Darvin Ham. No disrespect to Darvin Ham. I don't give a damn about no loser son victory over the Mavericks. Don't get me started. Loser sons win the title. Only the bus riding bum little fanboys start hyping up Kevin Durant like this guy's some real champion. Why can't the Lakers start 4-4-0 like Goalkeeper turning 40 years of age? Why can't the Lakers start 4-0 for the season? Win all 3 home games. These fans are getting their money's worth as long as Goalkeeper is available. The last 2 years of his career, these people are getting their money's worth on Goalkeeper James. Look at these trash-ass teams they play in the Raptors and the Pistons, and I don't know how Cleveland's doing, but if they beat the Suns, what the Lakers win their first 8 games of the year, and they lose against Philadelphia on Friday, November the 8th. Start 8-0 in their first loss is against Philadelphia. Wow, that's a Kobe 81 tribute, ain't it? Well, you should be wishing injury, but yeah, this guy's good. That's they could lose their first game against Philadelphia after an 8-0 start, like the repeat in the 80th NBA Finals. Ha ha! You can kiss our ass right now. The only thing the haters be rooting for is an injury to Anthony Davis and Goki LeBron James. You people are deliberately hoping Goki LeBron gets injured. Undeserved spot. Now they're talking about Bronny going to the G League and getting some serious playing time to help develop his game. He'd be going back and forth between the G League and the NBA, Bronny James. This ain't just about being with daddy all the time. Get some G League play and improve his game when he comes back an even better player. That was a pretty strong contest he had. I think it was who was talking crap, Anthony Edwards, or was it Randall that beat Bronny on the perimeter 1-on-1 for the bucket? Anyway, he was in this guy's face. Maybe lost track of him for a split second. Staying on your man, but this is a guy, Bronny, that is a very fantastic role player who will at least do his due diligence on the defensive end of the floor. Now, you know Darvin Ham was the problem. All these ass clowns here saying Lakers don't have good players. What the hell are you talking about? I told you guys. I told you. The problem was not the roster and the personnel. The problem was the coach. The same team they had from last year, they starting 3-0. And it's not a fully healthy team. This proves Darvin Ham was the problem. No one's saying he's not a good guy. He's a good guy, but is he incompetent? Is he over his head? He was over his head. The team I saw against the loser Phoenix Suns, the team I saw against the Minnesota Timberwolves, dialed up defensively on the boards, and everybody's getting a piece of that action on the offense. JJ Redick is for real. Goki LeBron knows basketball. Darvin Ham, he was not a Goki LeBron hire. He was a Rob Pelinka hire. This proves Goki LeBron was not making the decisions for the Lakers. Again, let's roll back the tape. Let's go back to the timeline. Everybody in that organization agreed we needed a game changer, another superstar to complement Goki LeBron, Anthony Davis. This wasn't all Goki LeBron being general manager. Everybody was on board with bringing Anthony Davis. Goki LeBron wanted to keep Alex Caruso. The Lakers, they didn't want to keep it. They didn't want to pay luxury tax. Lakers didn't want to give another year for DeMar DeRozan. Goki LeBron James wanted DeMar DeRozan. He doesn't get everything he wants in that organization. But he did tilt the pendulum to his favor when he threatened to leave if you don't draft Bronny James. He delivered, and Rich Paul delivered with telling teams, "I'm going to send Goki LeBron to Australia if you draft Bronny James." So that's how anyone who was remotely interested he shut them down, basically. Rich Paul shut them down. Yeah, this team looking great. This team's going to destroy. Well, I still believe in the magical man style element, but Goki LeBron truly is the greatest. His team, his guys, he doesn't buy players in the offseason. He doesn't quit on the team because he misses the playoffs. Goki LeBron keeps the unit together. The Lakers are ahead because they're not getting used to new players learning in developing chemistry with new teams. But Dalton can shoot. He's been spectacular. It's like this guy's already been in the league for 5 years, the way he be popping the ball. That first round, this guy is no Jalen Hood Schifano for sure. Was ready to go from the get-go. JJ Redick knows what he wants. JJ Redick was responsible for being sure the Lakers didn't waste a draft pick because Darvin Ham had no clue. Yeah, Christine, let's, right us back. This guy's not going to have a job. Might as well get another draft pick out of him. Cam Reddish returned against the loser Phoenix Suns. The loser, disgusting loser Phoenix Suns. That game at Phoenix. First road loss of the season at Phoenix. Pistons is 31. That's the Lakers' following game they could enter. I think JJ's come out to your Suns. Hey, that Grizzly game will be good. The clown who plays on the Rockets, he's so irrelevant, I forgot his name. That's how you know he's a nobody. Oh, Dylan Brooks. Okay, that guy. Yeah, Lakers are locked for a championship. The goat can the bond, hating bums. There's nothing they can do to stop the Lakers from winning the title. Which garbage ass team are the goat can the bond, hating bums predicting to win the championship this year? The Celtics. So they'll be running their mouths. It really doesn't matter how we do against the West because these goat can the bond, hating bums. They think no matter what, Celtics are winning the title, but they brainwashed. They don't have goat can the bond back to lose in the finals again. It ends at satanic occultic number 6. It remains at 6 losses. These people are brain dead. They don't know NBA scripted. If it's scripted against the Lakers, it might as well. I don't give a fuck if it's scripted for the Lakers, bitch. You think I give a fuck if it's scripted for the Lakers? I don't give a fuck at all. Because the same way I can bring it for Gold King LeBron, it was rigged against the Lakers the last 4 years. What's that, 4 years? Yeah, it was 4 years. It was rigged against the Lakers for the last 4 years. But okay, Western Conference Finals record for Goat LeBron James. It was a rigged series for the Nuggets because NBA is all about manufacturing rivalries. LA Lakers is 112. Goat LeBron James is 11-2 in the conference finals. He'll be 12-2. He'll be 13-2. The Freemasons love 13. What's 13? 1 divided by 3 is the 33rd degree of masonry. 13-6 prime. Michael Jordan 6th ring in his 13th season with the Bulls. Go LeBron James, his 6th ring 13 years after his first repeat. Marvin Harrison for real. We got to get this dude the ball. They're finally crossing over the middle of the field. He kind of stayed in the pocket. He delivered a pretty good ball to Marvin Harrison right there. I love the all red. People love the black uniforms on the Cardinals, but I'm always for all red uniforms. I love these the best. Those are Christmas or holiday colors too. That's why I like it. Same old Cardinals is a scripted team that's down 10-0 in the first quarter. A little bit different. A little bit different. A little bit different. All these people mocking Kyler for playing Call of Duty, they're going to lose on the Niners in Week 18. That's all I have to say. All I have to say is Kevin Durant is a fag if he loses against Goki LeBron James again. He's 2-4 against Goki LeBron James ever since the two guys were on the opposite end of the Lakers and they lose up Phoenix Suns. Suns Gamache 25. Kevin Gamache 25. Could the bus riding bomb fall to 2-5 against Goki LeBron and the Lakers? This Lakers hot start is my win because I'm the only guy in planet Earth, in the entire solar system, in the entire universe, who predicted Goki LeBron to win back-to-back rings before it started this year, even before the end of last year, back in April. Everybody, including their dead grandmother, was ready to say that Goki LeBron James, he's stuck at 4 rings. He's stuck at 4 rings. Oh, really? Really? I told you what the problem was. We don't need any moves this offseason. I told you we didn't need any moves this offseason. Yeah, I was right. Because we are playing like a team that didn't need to add any new players. But you thought I was crazy. You thought I was crazy. For 46 is a Joshua number. You have hope and faith in the believer. 46 books in the Old Testament. It says you either have faith in Goki LeBron or you don't have hope and faith in Goki LeBron. This is all very much a Jesuit ritual being played out too. You have faith in the Lord. You have faith in the Savior. You have faith that he comes back again from the dead. This kind of symbolism kind of explains Goki LeBron James coming back from being 4-6 in the NBA Finals to becoming the greatest player ever in the world. Lakers, no new players. Again, JJ was hired as the coach 6 weeks and 6 days after Darvin Ham was fired. Goki LeBron repeat to be 6-6 in the NBA Finals in 2026. How do we do on the repeat video with the 3-0 start? 144 views. A lot of haters. Interesting comment on the NBA video. I don't know why this comment is made on the NBA video, but Utah State fans said 14 hours ago, everyone be on the Jets to get together. National Navy Day, Joe Cardone on the Pats is the only serving member of the Navy. Last time the Pats played in National Navy Day, Belichick got his 300th win. His dad coached that Navy humiliation script for Aaron Rodgers. I don't know how he made those connections, but that is pretty damn. That is just thread the needle right there. Interesting. That game was rigged. Interesting. Wait till Gino to hit a home run, Yankees to win. I don't know how you can get me excited about the Steelers if they don't win by more than a score against the Giants. You have to sell me the Steelers. You got to sell me the Steelers after the Ravens lose. You got to have this team win by double digits. They're down 18-27 against the Dolphins. I'll be live for the game. Then now, I was like, is everyone ready to quit on Arsenal? I go to the odds for the Premier League title race, and Arsenal's plus 250, Liverpool's plus 250. So maybe the odd makers know what's about to happen for Arsenal. They already know what is about to happen. They're going to go on a big win streak, Arsenal. That's what they're going to do. Oh, they're not going to settle for the draw, defend the 2-1, blah, blah. Arsenal are going to start looking to destroy teams. Again, why aren't they doing this right now? It's kind of rigged for Arsenal to have a slow start because those same old Arsenal is the narrative, right? Same old Arsenal. So that's why I think Arsenal have to start out slow. David Goliath, but this is the same Arsenal team that was pretty much manhandling Man City. So when they're ready to flip the script and have Arsenal go on a big winning streak, they're going to do that. They're supposed to lose and drop points right now. Well, lose, I mean draw. But they're supposed to, so people can say, oh, this team they're mentally fragile. Oh, it's the same old story. So again, this hocus pocus not fooling me. After Easter last year, Man City in third place, I told you Man City was still winning. So that's what the recent history suggests about my synopsises about the Premier League. Close out the soccer. How do you folks start there? You guys are retards. I wonder why they call them the retardals. There's not much noise in Miami. The way that they draft these players is kind of scripted because old Cardinals from Chicago, they drafted some rookie tight end from Illinois. They played in Chicago. These kind of things. Oh, so I never knew St. Jones returned this week. Anyway, used to be a member of the Raider Nation. St. Jones on the Cardinals. Who was covering Michael Wilson right there? No one was even covering him, but I like Michael Wilson. He's great. He must have eyes in the back of his head because Ramsey coming off the edge. I'm telling you guys, everyone loves to mock that brother for his height or for his video games. But Kyler Murray is the real deal for Arizona. Locked on Yankees? What do you mean, John Boy and these guys? I watched some little shorts of John Boy and the Yankees. Let's talk Yanks. I don't watch Locked on Yanks. But yeah, Fire and Moon. Is this guy really going to quit the Yankees? Well, they won't give him another contract if the Yankees lose against the Dodgers. Is he really going to manage his last game for the Yankees, losing the World Series? Aaron Boone? Aaron Boone led the comeback against the Red Sox. Great Jorginho's got to do the same again. Great Jorginho. Great Jorginho. Everyone's ready to give up on the great Jorginho. Kamala was in charge of his open border policies, giving welfare to illegals while Americans struggle, and their weakness invited. Let's keep a perfect record for the World Series when I go live streaming for World Series games. Kamala's failed agenda. President Trump
fights for you. His strength kept us safe. Trump cut taxes for families. Prices were lower.
Aaron Judge is just ready to flip the script. It's all rigged for him to start swinging at these curveballs like he's not a retard. Scripted to swing at these obvious out of the zone knuckle curveballs and sweepers. He'll get served a couple of meatballs for all these people, Yankee fans paying $1,000 of tickets. These Dodger fans are not going to pay thousands of dollars to see their team lose at home. They served, that was a meatball to Freddie Freeman. It was rigged. That game was rigged. I know if they lose the World Series, I never want to see Aaron Boone's head in New York again. It's exactly 15 years ago. It's rigged. His batting average, not on base plus slugging, his average is .150. Like 15 years later, the Dodgers 15th World Series plus. So it's coming. You know it, I know it. The numbers tell everything about to go down. Why didn't we pinch hit Dominguez instead of freaking Trevino? This is gay. Aaron Boone is trash. They're going to win in spite of Aaron Boone. They're not going to lose this thing because of Aaron Boone. Jorginho has to bail out the clearly over his head manager. Why do you Yankee fans always start acting Aaron Boone? Watch the damn games. Did you see the last two games? 88 pitches. What the hell? Are you serious? Loser sons are poverty-ass team. Loser sons must lose. Great start so far. Loser sons beat the Mavs, so who knows? Who knows what happens when the Lakers take on the loser Phoenix Suns? If the Lakers do start 3-1, Disney's 31 last title at Disney World, so I'd be ready. I'll be ready. Magic's 5-3 against the Pistons. Pistons 31, so I do like 31 for Gokin the Bond. Loser Suns at home. Suns at a plus 12 at home, going for plus 13 against LA. Just saying, their next game is against the Clippers too. This can't be like Kansas City. Oh, give the Chiefs the Super Bowl. NFL already gave it to the Chiefs. You build some suspense, have the Lakers lose some of these games, just so people are not ready to say, oh, give him the ring already. Go Peanut Bond won. This can't be like the Kansas City pattern we're seeing with the Chiefs win every week. I don't think this can happen for the Lakers. In what cipher does Indiana equal 13? What cipher? What cipher does it equal 13? Which week is Man City going to draw? Could they really drop points against Bournemouth? 7 wins and 3 draws like Man City 73? Huh? It'd be hilarious if they drew against Bournemouth after Arsenal drew against Bournemouth. Arsenal dropped points against Brighton. The two teams that Arsenal dropped points against, Brighton and Bournemouth. Is Man City going to drop any points against Bournemouth or Brighton coming up? Brighton's pretty good. telling you, don't fall for it. Arsenal are going to win the Premier League. It's going to feel like an underdog a little bit, but Arsenal are really a huge favorite in my mind because they can blow out teams and smoke them out of the water, smoke them out of the stadium when they feel like it. Premier League just you can't have Arsenal be the favorite. That's why they have to drop points. So if anything happens to the Lakers, it's a similar thing to Arsenal. Now the Dodgers are the almighty team, but great Jorginho has to carry the team on his shoulders. This is stuff of legends we are about to witness. This Jorginho hit a home run in every game at Yankee Stadium. Mamma mia, if he does. Mamma mia. That was a terrible long ball by Tua. He had the guy in the middle of the field. Okay, he's 1-on-1, but still, the timing was so off right there. You can tell it's been a few weeks since Tua played. Mavericks Timberwolves will be a good game. That's a Tuesday game. I don't think the Mavs can fall to 1-2. Let's be real. Oh, they put a back-to-back. Dallas is 1-1, right? They're supposed to be the big favorite against Goki and LeBron James. Let's be real. This is all about narrations. This is all about legacies for Goki and LeBron James. So the Mavs at 1-1, they'll win their next two games to be 3-1 entering their game against Houston because it's Houston that's Camacho 31. So I do like they got Clay from Golden State. Now Golden State's 41. Do the Mavs win their next three games? I think most definitely the Mavericks are going to be 3-1 entering their game against Houston on Thursday on the 31st day on Halloween. Halloween's also Camacho 41. So the big game on Tuesday, the Mavs are going to defeat the Minnesota Timberwolves at Toyota Center. I do like Dallas. Just looking at the schedule, your 1-2 game sequences are very hard when you don't have Mavs as 10 or Suns as 10. Made it easy to predict the Lakers. But I did have the Lakers beating the loser Phoenix Suns, and they did so. I had loser Suns losing against the Mavs, but they did beat the loser Mavs. I'm glad loser Suns went because all these little Kevin Durant faggot-ass motherfuckers, they start telling me loser Suns are an underdog team. Well, why were all you people predicting loser Suns to win in 2023? You all were ready to say this team was going to repeat. This team is trash. I mean, this team chokes. They're soft against a key opponent. It's the problem. It's the problem with the loser Phoenix Suns. I can't wait till Lakers play you bumps. They're going to trash you out of the arena. Loser Suns are trash. Loser Suns are garbage. The sorry-ass motherfucking team that these loser-ass, garbage-ass, loser Phoenix Suns fans insisted was far superior to the Lakers. It's a sorry-ass motherfucking team over there that can't do shit during the Lakers' worst years. This is how you know the loser Phoenix Suns are a sorry-ass, poverty-ass organization. You would think, with a team like the Lakers in 7th place, missing the playoffs, you think the loser Suns would Make the most out of that situation. Right now, this team is starry ass and they poverty. That's what they are. They blew it. Loser Sons blew it. Prove to me otherwise. You know I'm right about the loser Phoenix Suns. I don't give a damn if you like both Goalkeeper LeBron and Kevin Durant. I don't give a damn. This loser Sun fans start trashing Goalkeeper LeBron, you are the enemy. You are trash. Goalkeeper LeBron James is giving back to this community. What have you done for your community? Goalkeeper LeBron hating moms, what are we talking about? The Thunder are nobodies. This team is winning nothing. I don't give a damn about no Oklahoma City Thunder. Everyone knows the NBA is not rigged for Oklahoma City. Anyone who thinks Thunder win the championship, you a bozo. Seriously. Thunder are nobodies. I remember the Lakers beat them twice or 3 times last year. This was with Darvin Ham. You know the NFL's rigged because his kicker, he has a job on the Cardinals because Matt Prater got caught in all 3 wins, all happened to be game-winning field goals. So the NFL is rigged showbiz. By who is the question? Interesting question. I guess it all depends on the coach's record. I think after this year, maybe Kevin Durant will want to join the Thunder. He'll never move to another team, obviously, but people will joke and say, Durant, you can always come back crawling to Oklahoma City. Six and 4 record in the playoffs. Now, purple and gold is Camacho 64. That's a possibility. Sorry, Oklahoma City. NBA is red. It's not red for you guys. That's the problem. Take your problems with the commissioner and the rest of the guys in the league if you have a big problem with it. The Thunder don't need a new player. All they need is an international player from Europe. No, they can't as big. Sorry, Sid Gilchrist Alexander. Sorry, Sid. They need a guy from Europe. Again, I don't think Juan Soto can win World Series MVP. His win above replacement is 10.8. And if there's a game 7, the Dodgers finish the year with 108 wins. If the Yankees in 6, then 107 is the 28th prime number. But this is Jorginho's series. So the Jorginho will probably enter Game 7 with LA having 108 wins, and the Jorginho's win above replacement is WAR is 10.8. No, because it's not Josh Chisholm that's going to be winning the games. It's great Jorginho that's going to be winning the games. People already say Giancarlo's the better performer. Soto's the better performer. But the great Jorginho hitting behind Soto is going to be driving him in. Jorginho had the situation at the top of the first inning. He had the situation at the bottom of the top of the ninth in Game 1. Jorginho, Yankees win when he performs. They win the game and Jorginho drives them in. That's what we mean by win above replacement. Jorginho, he drives him in. Game 2, Yankees win. The Yankees win the series when Jorginho finally shows up, and that's why Jorginho is going to be World Series MVP. So Gino absolutely is going to turn it around. He will. That guy is injured, Otani. He's injured. Just because he's playing doesn't mean he's injured. He's playing injured. Bad for the viewership, but bad for the Dodgers if he doesn't play. This team is desperate. He'll be playing injured. They'll be ready to blame his injury on the World Series. They'll be ready to blame his injury for the Dodgers losing. They won't give credit to the Yankees. He has a big bet on the Yankees. Nothing happened to the Ravens. There's another rigged game in the NFL. Lamar's a running back. You can't throw this about that. Lamar is playing from behind both the 0-2 start and trailing the Steelers in the division. It's easy. You think I was going to bet on the Ravens game? Not a chance. Not a chance. Remember, the Ravens lost against Cleveland last year. You have to do your history. How are these division rivals' recent meetings turn out? Ravens lost against Cleveland last year. You think it was a lock that the Ravens could beat Cleveland? Not so fast. So, yeah, sorry. After we've seen the Cards against the Niners against the Rams, that's what divisional games are. They're not automatics. That's why they're divisional games. It was really the Deshaun Watson shaming ritual. They lose with him and they take him out, and then Cleveland wins. Yeah, Bills was a great call. This was the lock of the day. The Bills to beat the Seattle Chicken Hawks. The Lions to destroy the Titans. That was a lock too. Dallas Cowboys, forget about it. I agree. I'm hearing about Jordan Love's groin, but I'm not concerned about it. Yeah, he bet his entire World Series bonus on the Yankees. Dramatic endings. Jorginho's legendary moment. The Yankees trailing the series. They can do well when he's struggling against the Royals and the Guardians, but you're not going to get away with it against the Dodgers. Great Jorginho is going to win the World Series right here. The Arsenal are trailing the Man City, but Arsenal still come through and win the league even when people doubt it. That's what scripted sports are about. It's not going to be predictable. It's not going to be a breeze. You're going to go through your periods of struggle. For the Yankees, who's missing the playoffs. For the Arsenal, it's without the captain for a couple months. So, okay, just got to calm down a little bit. What you're seeing is not actually what's happening. It's just Act One. It's Act One. I like the 2-0 deficit 28 years ago better. Greg Popovich calls Donald Trump a racist liar and pathetic in presidential election win. I know who everyone in the NBA be rooting for to win the election. Okay, see something there with the Dallas Mavericks. What about across the league? Nick Sizgamacha 22. Cavaliers have a perfect start. This team is nothing without Goki Labonte. If Knicks beat the Cavs, they'll be 2-1. If they beat the Heat, they'll be 3-1. The Heat's 31. Their following game is against the Pistons. Let's get into the games a little bit. Yeah, anything else happening tomorrow? Anything else? Bucks and Celtics. NBA games of the day. The Celtics start 4-0 for the sake. Warming up the calculator. NBA games of the day. I like the Celtics to be 4-0. They're going to lose against 40-year-old GOAT LeBron James and the LA Lakers in the NBA Finals. The Milwaukee Bucks are terrible. They have Darvin Ham. They have Doc Rivers. They're the most overrated team ever in the NBA. The Bucks will be starting 1-3. People are ready to blame this on Doc Rivers and Darvin Ham. Ham came from LA. LA's 13. Doc Rivers. Doc is Camacho 13. Doc Rivers may get fired from the Milwaukee Bucks. I like the New York Knicks to defeat the Cavaliers tomorrow. The New York Knicks are 1-1. They can be 2-1. They could go for 3-1 against the Heat. If they're going for 3-1 against the Heat, then they could enter the Pistons game with a 3-1 record. Pistons is Camacho of 31. So the Cavs' first loss of the year is against the New York Knicks. Weren't they eliminated by the New York Knicks? I think a couple years ago, maybe. They faced off a couple years ago. But I do like a 3-1 record for the Cleveland Cavaliers. They face off the GOAT of the NBA in the very next game. The GOAT is Camacho 31. They're up against GOAT LeBron James in the next game. You know LeBron James, what he's most famous for in Cleveland? 3-1 comeback. So Cleveland has to be 3-1 when they lose the game at New York. This is the game of the day for Monday. This is the two games of the day for Monday. These are the games of the day. It's bad for business if the Dodgers win. So tomorrow's going to be a cakewalk. Dodgers' last win of the series will be in Game 6. Then the Yankees will win it in Game 7. NBA game of the day for Monday. The picks have come out. The Fudges, the LA Aztecs are losing against the Yankees. Showtime Ohtani's injury. This guy got taken out by the mob for betting on baseball games. Baseball wasn't too thrilled with Ohtani. Yeah, they're in trouble. Tomorrow is the 28th day. I like New York Knicks to win. Is there anything for New York as far as the Yankees goes? I don't know. Yeah, Celtics are 4-0. The LA Lakers 41. That's the plan. This is the plan for this year. I've been telling you about this matchup for years to come, and here it's finally happened. Like Lakers and Yankees, it's like something like Dodgers and Yankees. It's already happened. It has already happened. Doc Rivers is a loser. He's a joker. Don't get me started with Lakers over Bucks. Don't get me started with that nonsense. Well, Tua retire after this year. Time to retire. Time to retire. Is he gonna retire? He came back at Arizona. Is he ready to retire? Is he gonna keep on losing? Is he gonna get another big kick to the head? Do you really think this Dolphins team is gonna beat the Bills next week? Be honest, be objective. Are they really gonna lose against Buffalo? No, they're not beating Buffalo. They're not gonna beat Buffalo. I'll ask the people if they still think Arsenal will win the league. I'll still ask the people if they think the Yankees are going to win the World Series. I never saw Arsenal being 5 points back, but I understand by the ritual of the Queen. 53 is the year of the Queen's coronation. She was a huge Arsenal fan. They know they're not going to win the league because they docked points from Man City. They don't need to dock points from Man City. I was getting cynical there. I thought the NFL was going to rig the game for Tua's comeback, but thank goodness they didn't rig the game for Tua to come back and beat the loser Cardinals because they're a bunch of it's a character team. Miami might need to start losing if they need a new quarterback. Depending on if Tua's going to play beyond this year, who knows? He's just saying that's a lot of money that I have to give back to the Dolphins, so I'm going to keep on playing because of the money. Clearly. Aaron Judge can never come back to the Bronx if he loses his World Series. What I'm talking about. The great Jorginho has to do something special for New York. This is and will be the reason why the great Jorginho is going to win World Series MVP and win it for the Yankees. The Yankees will come through and win this championship. This would be a homestand to remember. The great Jorginho. It's a home run in every game of this homestand. Can you imagine? I can imagine it. I can picture it happening. He'll definitely hit home runs in Game 3 and Game 5. But he's about to do something legendary. Go Yankees. Screw the haters. Don't freak out about Arsenal, okay? It's a good bet on Arsenal to beat Newcastle next week. They're going to win. It all depends on which week Man City drops points, whether it be Brighton or Bournemouth. Got to take a closer look into it before I get into the action. Again, many of these key matches, Man City and Liverpool both ended in draws. Liverpool and Arsenal ended in a draw at Anfield. So we've seen a lot of draws last year. We've seen a draw in this game. Premier League, crooked. Crooked business. Arsenal and City ended in a draw. It didn't end right away with Arsenal winning. Arsenal are this close to winning the league. All that it takes is for Arsenal to keep on winning, and Man City draws one match. They're 3 points down. Then they beat Man City at the Emirates. They're level on points. That, on top of Arsenal setting out to destroy teams, is what's going to allow Arsenal to win the league. I think it's really great that Arsenal are still in this title hunt without their captain Odegaard. I mean, Man City are shit without Odegaard. Their goal differential is +7. Arsenal. Man City is only +11. So win the goal differential, Arsenal. You already drew against City. Win the head-to-head. Win the goal differential. Arsenal have won this Premier League. Liverpool, that's just a fluke team. They're going to drop points. They're not all of that. They're not going to make Jurgen Klopp look bad. You can't make Jurgen Klopp look bad by winning the league right after Jurgen Klopp leaves. You can't do that. Jurgen Klopp has to be significant as far as his accomplishments with Liverpool goes. They're going to go through a stretch of games where they start dropping points like they did against Man United and Crystal Palace last year. Same exact thing's going to happen with the new manager. And Liverpool are not a deep team. They're going to have injuries. Chiesa, this is not Serie A. I love Federico. He was good, but this is not Serie A, man. This is high intensity. Chiesa, I don't know if he can do it in the Premier League. I don't know. He's not the same player. You're not going to make Jurgen Klopp look bad. So in the very same way that they script the Super Bowl thinking the Chiefs are not going to win, they scripted the Premier League last year when they thought Man City was losing after they drew on Easter against Arsenal to be in third place. Well, they were in third place after Easter. Man City still won. The Chiefs lose against the Faders. Everyone thought the Chiefs were losing. I told you they were going to beat the Bills and the Ravens and the Whiners, and they did. So, again, scripted sports are full of suspense. They get you to think that it's not happening for them this year, whether it be Man City, whether it be the Chiefs. So we're seeing some very interesting patterns potentially with the Yankees and also in their start to the Premier League campaign. I told you the Chiefs had to start really hot, win their first however how many games. Because the house is supposed to think the Chiefs are winning. But so far, this theory has been proven to be dead on the bullseye. Ravens lost against the Browns. They get you to think, they can choke any given week because Lamar's a running back. He's a running back, right? He's a running back. Hey, this is dope money, Signard. Packers Lions in the playoffs. And Chiefs and Ravens is must get these two games in the divisional or the conference title round. Ravens will definitely beat the Chiefs because he's King Henry. White supremacist ritual. Lamar Jackson doesn't get all the credit because he has King Henry as his running back. Some sick white supremacist ritual to diminish whatever Lamar Jackson is setting to accomplish. But yeah, I was dead on the Bengals for next year. I wasn't going to fall for Bengals this year because of the LSU winning at the Superdome. Because Burrow he threw 60 touchdowns that season, next year, Super Bowl 60. So if you're thinking Burrow is never going to win, this is the perfect moment to have the Bengals have a down year. So they scripted for the Bengals to achieve what people thought they would not be able to the very next year. Question is, do they make the playoffs? If they don't, do they move on and hire a new coach? If it's rigged like Major League Baseball, where you don't fire Dave Roberts and you don't fire Aaron Boone, you keep these guys around, they're suddenly in the World Series, this is how you know sports are rigged. And they don't fire these coaches right away. You don't fire Mike Tomlin because it's rigged against the Steelers because of your Lamar Jackson, because of your freaking Joe Burrow. And Mike Tomlin wasn't fired because the NFL was rigged against the Steelers. I don't know why they can't get a quarterback, but they don't have a future franchise quarterback. Their defense won the games that Justin Fields played. He's serviceable enough to not lose the game because of turnovers or bad field position. I think he's pretty good. Yes, he is. He just needs a quarterback. His general manager is not giving him a quarterback. Raiders haven't been good since 2002, 2003. Literally. That was when they were last really relevant and not just struggling to make the playoffs with the interim coach. So that's close to 22 years ago. And the owner still doesn't know how to get a proper haircut or be sure his team has a good quarterback for the season, which they have Gardner Trashnew. They have I don't know a nickname for Aiden O'Connell, but yeah, he's terrible too. Their defense is pretty good, the Raiders. If only they had a quarterback. If only they had Josh Jacobs. If only they had Devontae Adams. This team's a train wreck. I still like Falcons to win the South. My winner for the South was the Falcons. My winner for the NFC West is the Cardinals. I think I had Eagles for the NFC East. No one saw Washington coming, but with the new owner and everything, they're looking like a really great. Magic Johnson is one of the minority owners. I think it's Harris. That's the owner. Magic Johnson is a minority owner, minority shareholder. So yeah, it could be possible for the Bears again to beat the Cardinals again. I don't think I'll bet on the Cardinal game next week. I sure as hell didn't this week. Should I? What if they lose against Chicago? This isn't loser Cardinals. You see, you and the Mr. J.P. Hilton guy are like, why are you always hating on Carolina? I'm not hating on Carolina. I keep on predicting whoever plays Carolina and they end up losing because quite simply they're not good and they only beat the Raiders. I'm sorry, it's just reality. I don't go around here picking the Cardinals to win every week. I sure as hell didn't pick them to beat the 49ers or the Miami Dolphins. I didn't predict them to beat. I did predict them for the Chargers. I did. Yeah, this was not a must win, but they won. Okay, speaking of, why are you hating on the Panthers? Why are you hating on my team every week? Speaking of. I just talked about this guy a few minutes ago. Joshua Hilton 3718 says, message me. It's about damn time you picked my favorite team, Panthers versus Saints, and next week against the Giants, they'll be 3-7 at the bye because Carolina and Gematrika is 37. So I practiced Gematrika. He calls it Gematrika. That's pretty damn good. If the Giants get destroyed by the Steelers, this is looking really good. They probably will be destroyed by the Steelers. I think we're on to something there. Good point. Is this benching going to do something good for Bryce Young? Is he going to win some games after being benched? Garner a response, So a good makings of a pretty good storyline of coming back from a benching. That's pretty good. And the Saints look anything like a competitive NFL team. It's all, it should be easier compared to going up against one of the top 5 defenses in the NFL, the Denver Broncos, because their defense is actually top 5. You understand? So they're going up against a Saints defense that they Broncos ran over them in the second half of that Thursday game. What was the blocking doing on that play? I don't get it. What are they doing right there? Did they draft a receiver in the last couple of seasons or this past season? Sign anyone in free agency? Emmanuel Sanders? He's been there since Peyton Manning played with Denver. You talking about Emmanuel Sanders? Let me type in Emmanuel Sanders. Simply, I do expect the Chiefs to lose during these next couple of weeks. And this can match your 14. So in the 14th game or after they reach 14 straight wins, it all depends. Shadur and Shiloh Sanders, they play on the Colorado Buffaloes. What was the score? 27-18. How they come back from down 27-18.
Get closer that goes down. So for chance maybe on 4th down. It's 21 for Kyler Murray. He'll snap it off and he's got to the tight end McBride, and that's not going to really help to the 39. And we'll see what the Cardinals decide to do. Ryland's long so far, and his short time with the team is 42. They are going to try.
Ryland is a gem. I don't know how strong his leg is.
57 officially.
Wow, he made it. I thought he would miss that kick because I didn't think he had any leg. Pretty damn good. Big balls, Jonathan Van. Big balls.
We'll see it for the first time out of halftime. So it's on Loyola. It's not really been a hit to him. It's been a very clean pocket for him.
Cardinals have no pass rush.
Ball security was an issue. The one fumble off the snap, but other than that, has gotten the ball out on time quickly.
Cardinals still need a pass rush before they be a Super Bowl contender. They ain't got any pass rush. No elite corners, no Patrick Peterson. tackling was a joke right there. Wow. That's just fag tackling. That wasn't 37 yards of muscle. That was 37 yards of horseshit tackling. Nobody was crowding the line. It's a joke. Bunch of clowns out there. Why does suck this year? You have a team like this that's still competing for the division. San Francisco's trash. This team still doesn't have a good defense. I would take the Packers and the Lions to beat this 41er team. I'd probably take Washington to beat that team too. Probably not Philadelphia. But plenty of teams out there that are far better than San Francisco, who's letting the Cardinals hang in the division. A team that it still needs pieces on defense. Supposedly a Super Bowl defense and all-pro talent on offense. Cardinals got the all-pro talent on offense. They don't have the great defense. Somehow the defense came in and forced the fumble of Mason and these fraud 30 interceptions deflected at the line of scrimmage. I don't know how they did it, but they did it. Wow, how did the Dolphins not score a touchdown there? That's what I'm talking about. There's no defense. Dolphins are just trash. Buffalo's going to beat that team because of the New York market, even though they did make the playoffs. Third down and 10, and Tua gets the first down, 13-10, and Cardinal inside the Cardinal red zone. Wonder how this team lost. He actually slid that play. He learned how to slide. He's learning how to slide. I'm willing to bet you that Jordan Love is still going to be playing next week. I don't care what they say about the groin. He's going to play through it. He's going to play through the injury and win. It's another injury situation where they, just like the Hendrickson injury on Detroit, everyone starts thinking Minnesota's going to win. Then next thing you know, Detroit won without Hendrickson. They destroyed the Titans without Hendrickson, without adding another pass rusher. It's another dimension to Detroit. And Dan Campbell, next man, and all this stuff. Cardinals can't tackle underneath. I don't know how this team does it, but they do it. Defensive grade against Chargers, but Chargers really don't have really any good wide receivers. They're trying to replace Mike Williams and Keenan Allen, you know. I don't know how they came back. They did. I Anthony Richardson's not very good, but one thing working against Minnesota is the Panthers is Camacho 53. That's where they got Sam Darnold from. So if one team chokes, it probably will be Minnesota, to be honest. Because your team's like second place in NFC South, and then your Cardinals and Niners, whoever loses out. But go from the Super Bowl to missing the playoffs, this would be a perfect ending for Big Red to be back in the postseason. They played the garbage Cowboys. We don't play the garbage Cowboys. We beat garbage Cowboys last year. We didn't play them this year, too. So instead, we faced off against the Commanders. You get a tougher team, but the third place schedule, whatever, Commanders end up being really good. Cardinals end up playing a tougher opponent in the NFC East compared to the Cowboys. The Niners and Cowboys finishing first last year. Wow, he was trying to run for the first down, and he threw it to Marvin Harrison. He was waiting right there. Fuck you, ref. You know, there are refs that don't like certain teams. So there's this retired ref who's out at Benihana like 10, 15 years ago, and he even said he didn't like the Cardinals. So there are refs out there refereeing games where they don't like certain teams, and their biases are going to impact their judgment. Dolphins get the ball back when the Cardinals are down by 10 points. I wonder how they did it. They probably are. Probably. I think this is the kind of performance too that will make you appreciate what Tua actually does for this offense. He led the league last year, 400 plus yards offense per game. They're around 300 coming in today. A lot of options, and he will have that batted again. That was Stilly who put his hand up. He was trying to convince everybody that was. I never heard of Stilly. But it was only backward because of him. Yeah, and you know this is a guy that just got activated today, and when you get maxed out, that's why he got activated today. Man, your timing, being able to get your hands up, you're being able to be aware of that quarterback's motion. When he takes the hand off the football, that's when you know what's coming out of his hand. That's when you get doors up. So it's just one of those response when that second hand comes off the quarterback, or the quarterback takes that second hand off the football. It's over his head too. How is it? The snap went over to his head. That was a safety. It was 20-12 now. Good to be lucky. These retards could have scooped it up for a touchdown, but they didn't do that. Well, it was too far out of their reach.
ball had broken the plate, and that's why it became a foul. But as you said, either way, no matter if you accept the bat or if you decline the bat, it's going to be a safety. You know who always accepts the bat, Mike? Freddie Freeman. Yes.
Fuck Freddie Freeman, man. Screw your garbage. The series is at New York. We don't have to hear your garbage anymore with LA.
The Cardinals are 8 points behind you. This is suddenly a one-score
This is
game.
Judge's most series MVP to win.
Gets it off. And this is going to be returnable for DJ Dallas, who did for the Hurricanes so well on special teams. The guy goes to the 24-yard line. Suddenly, totally different ballgame on the fourth snap. Has had some issue today for Miami. Yeah, we've talked about the rust and the potential of rust, and certainly we haven't seen the passing game where we've seen it is accepting the ball in the snap count, right? We've had the fumble with the fumble from Tua with a little bit of.
I don't know how this Dolphin team is going to beat Buffalo.
That one resulted in a safety. So placing out to the Cardinals, they'll go for the 25. This is tipped to the line as well.
Too many of Murray's passes get tipped at the line. It's too many.
This one looks like it was off, but
Where will Judge hit the home run? I think the left field. What about the pitcher for the Dodgers tomorrow? Walker Buehler, I think is the pitcher. Now he's 1-6 for the year. He was terrible this year. The Yankees gonna destroy Walker Buehler tomorrow. I guarantee it. Walker Buehler, number 21. The Dodgers fought a 2-1 in the World Series. It's a scripted game. They're just mocking the fans at this point. Number 21, the Dodgers are leading 2-1 after the Dodgers lose. Just wow. They're making it too easy. They're making it too easy. The Bueller's trash. E.T. terrible. Plus, he's born on the 28th day. Tomorrow's 28th day. Yankees are going to win that game tomorrow, I guarantee you. Dodgers are a clown choking team. That's what they're going to do. What? How many teams lost down 2-0 in the World Series? Yeah, the Atlanta Braves did so. The Atlanta Braves choked a 2-0 lead against the Yankees 28 years ago. That's what I like about the Yankees coming back. 10 News, Philadelphia says even with the 2-0 lead over the Yankees, the final pages of the script are a long way from being written. This is what their writers wrote. Hollywood ending for great Jorginho. Ten teams have come back from a 2-0 deficit in the World Series to win the World Series, 4 of which are the Yankees. This will happen again 28 years later. The Dodgers came back from 2-0 and beat the Yankees in 1981. The Yankees come back to beat the Dodgers down 2-0 and win in 7 games in 1956. Yankees came back from 2-0 and beat the Dodgers in 6 in 1978. So there's been a lot of history of 2-0 comebacks between the Yankees and the Dodgers in the World Series. So Yankees are the smart play for tomorrow based on the past history. I never knew he spoke perfect English, to be honest.
Look at inside placement with that ball. He saw the outside leverage of the defender coming back, throws it to the inside shoulder, making George spin around inside away from the tackler to pick up that first down.
You figure Yankees could be 5-1 or something to win the title, but they're only 3-1 to win now. They know what means the best for business and the TV executives. Now everyone's going to bet on the Lions because they won huge against Tennessee, right? Oh, because Jordan Love is injured. This is a perfect game for the NFL to script because it's a divisional rival. Just like divisional game, my Ravens are the better team, but then Cleveland, they ended up losing. They ended up winning the game. I've got the Yankees winning the homestand. Great Jorginho comes up huge in game 5. Snap it! You're late. Okay, 12 men. He was late substituting up. I should be live when the Cardinals end the winner season in week 18. I should. Will Tony come back and beat the Yankees in a rematch next year? It is possible, but I'll go no on that one.
Still on the field, according to the near side official. It looks like there's no foul in the play. He was not given the opportunity to complete the substitution process. We'll replay it. So it was a staggered substitution by the Dolphins. There was an earlier substitution, but they weren't done substituting, and so they're required to give the opportunity to allow the substitution here. Yeah, so they saw a hand coming on, so they had to get Farrell out. And that is legal. So in that case, the official needs to hold that speed to allow that to happen. That was an administrative issue more than anything that the Cardinals did, in my understanding. Well, I love what these performers have done this drive so far.
Could you imagine if Jorginho hits a home run for every game of his home state? Can you imagine?
Stern talking to. I think my particular issue is Stern talking to that direction. No response. Off we go. First time from the 22 and moving the line of Dolphins set. Evidently Ryan did not. Murray to throw. Kyler Murray. Lets it away. Touchdown.
Cardinals have Fitzgerald now. Cardinals have Marvin Harrison Jr. This guy's a freak of nature. Imagine Kamala Harris is the first the Pacific Islander president of a South Asian the president in the history of America. Kyler Murray could be the first Asian quarterback of Asian descent to win the Super Bowl. It's not happening this year.
I think you always have possession even when you call it and then they keep talking it. His feet are in bounds. He never bobbled it. It never got loose. You see the game right there thinking about it. Says to us right here, it's a touchdown. Lewis King. Cardinals go over the top. Winning chance. He's been exceptional in that aspect of the ball. Assembly. Both of these teams, and it's not much win too early in the season for them. They're going to need something in this season. This would be a huge win to have. As Esperance will take the touchback. And the Dolphins, there's some winnable games on the schedule coming up. They do have to face Buffalo next time out. So if you don't get this one, you're 2-5 going into that game as Pascal's still talking to the fans. Over on that side.
He says, "How you like me now, guys?"
Here's what the offense has done so far. HM, a big day, including on the pass game, and Tyreek Hill had it to it. First down for the Dolphins. It is HM. As he stops his progress. HM last year, nearly 8 yards a carry. He's at 3.5 or so far this season. It's a big day today. It's had a big day. And they do such a good job of attacking the edges and using their fullbacks and tight ends to combo the edges and always give the defense a different look. And, then it's just about pressing that outside. If it's there, keep it outside with your speed or not cut back and find yourself a little alley. HM's doing a great job of that. Most of the time.
Well, no one covers the running back.
Between the numbers and the hatches, right? Catch the ball between the numbers and the hatches. Give your receiver ball in this case a chance to get yours after catch, and that ball came out in less than a second.
Giacchino's going to be big time tomorrow. I have no doubt about it.
46. Most of this time. The first one. Says down to the 30 moving line. It was Airline starting Thomas. They're Baker to get a 13. And that's again how they attack this edge. This time the tight end comes through there. Multiple tight ends. They peel around, they steal back. And there's Mostert right off that one called the C-gap right there behind the tight ends. And he's in open space now, getting to the secondary, getting to the corners and the receivers. That dude is an absolute coon going after people on the edge. Big, physical.
They really psyoped everyone thinking that they were going to win with Tua returns. Well, they psyoped it.
Resolute he was.
Sometimes they're just psychological operations.
He's got the ball, returns the corner, down to 13. And that ball is out before Water gets out his brain. He's running a full flat down the bottom straight. So they're going to run this flat. He can put that up here and curl. And I'm telling you what, you watch this ball out to his hand now before Waddle turns around the ball right on the outside number so he can go, get it out, and make more yardage. How good is that? All day long. It's got to be so frustrating if you're a defender for the Arizona Cardinals and you're rushing the passer and you can't get a sniff because
This guy is injured.
it's out so fast.
He has dislocated his shoulder.
I mean, all these, he's
And the Dodgers are freaking out, and the fans are freaking out, so they don't want him to sit him out the rest of the series because they know They were shitting their pants during the ninth and 10th innings in the last couple of games. They know without Otani, they're screwed. So they have no choice but to play it.
What do you like here if you're Mike McDaniel and your offense is there? Well, I'll tell you what, the way they have run the ball in the playoffs, all but that one, but to me, they've run the ball exceptionally well. I'm Mike McDaniel. I'm going to have another opportunity to convert your own third down. Maybe make it 2-down territory. Tyreek and Julian Hill together at the bottom of the formation.
This guy has to be reminded that he lost the Super Bowl every single game that he plays. He just cares about money, Moster. That's all he cares about. This is Murray Magic. Came back against the 49ers, came back against the Dolphins.
Seven-plus career sacks for Calais Campbell, former Cardinal. It was huge on the guy is just such a force multiplier out there. What he does for his football team. Second down look. To the outside, he goes to Higgins.
I don't think I've heard of Higgins. Well, good job there on that play. No one tried to tackle him right there. It's the Jaguars. This team is terrible. It didn't matter. They destroyed the Titans with their quarterback Malik Willis.
Hey.
How? I don't know how he didn't complete it.
What a throw.
How do they win? They have to punt the ball in the fourth quarter down 11 points. How did the Cardinals win? I have no idea.
I think that's a catch. I mean, look at this. Just standing in the face of Brooks, taking one of the chops. Josh Racks down. I think this is good. I mean, that ball does not move.
I don't know why they called that incomplete.
Murray on the roll, chased by Brooks. He throws high, and another Harrison beauty.
Marvin Harrison again. This guy's a beast. He's going to destroy the 49ers secondary in Week 18.
Harrison, these crossing routes, the low cross here. He gets Smith on the
And you know, 49er fans who start rooting for the Dodgers, you guys are a bunch of fake ass motherfuckers. You need your teeth get knocked out. You're all right in the Bay Area, and then you're rooting for an LA team. You guys ain't shit. You bandwagon fair weather fans. Game 3, like Babe Ruth's number, Jorginho's a lock in a home run tomorrow. He has disappeared except when he came back to the Bucks. This is going to be an epic comeback. The comeback is 41. The Yankees' 41st World Series appearance 28 years ago. They were down 2-0. It's the same exact script.
This is where in past weeks the run game has been so important to them, but just have not been there so far. Yeah, this is something
You never want to abandon any running game in the NFL. You want to always still try to run it. You never make your offense one-dimensional.
You know, our critical chances right now from the 2-yard line. Let's just go ahead and cram this thing in. 3 tight ends for the Cardinals. There it is. Now run it. Connor broke down to score. He got by long and punches it in.
Not bad for someone who plays Call of Duty all the time. Otani is screwed against Nestor Cortez. He will still come in and pitch 100%. Tim Hill, Nestor Cortez. Cortez is coming in to destroy Shohei Otani. He's 2 for 15 or 2 for 14 against Cortez. On top of having a dislocated shoulder, this is this lefty matchup you take advantage of every time when the 6th and 7th and 8th innings comes. That one time where Otani is coming to bat, you know Nestor Cortez is getting him out.
The rhythm of this offense has been intact. The ability to get the ball quickly out of the receivers has been intact. The only issue they have had some snap count, exchange issues, and in the pocket, not securing the football around pressure. Those are the only
So let's get it done.
I'm telling you what, the operating of the offense has been exceptional when it comes to playing the ball. So with a standard ruler here on first down, it's easy. He's in the second level again for 8.5. It took Jalen Thompson to take it down. Well, this is one of the things that happens to you. If you're Arizona, you're saying, hey, we'll give up some yardage in the run game because we're just not going to allow you to throw it over the top of our head. You've got Waddle, you've got Tyreek, you've got the fastest offense in football. So you're trying to play with a little bit of a lighter box, making sure.
2nd and 1, I mean, they're close to midfield there in that situation. Alec Ingold, he played for the Raiders. I remember him from the Raiders. He's out in Miami, huh? The Raiders should have kept him. Shame on the Raiders.
The loss of 2, 2nd and 12. Guys here wide.
Big tackle for a loss. He tries to shake him off, but he doesn't shake him off.
Through there, getting to the backfield, making that play, and that's exactly what Arizona needs because they have not been able to defend this run out. Like I said, part of that is choice. They're playing with a little light bars because they don't want to get beat over the top. You fade it back to the coverage. Trying to snap that high, couldn't reel it in. I want to back all under coverage. 3rd down and 12 for Miami.
When's the last time the Dolphins won a playoff game, too? It seems irrelevant.
Just running down the rail right here. Tell you what, good ball. Just to give him a chance to go up and compete over the top of Pat Bell, as you mentioned.
Last time the Dolphins won a playoff game was probably been years ago.
So far today.
Dolphins haven't won a playoff game in 24 years. The ghost of Dan Marino forever lives with Miami.
There's no fear here. He's just in that pocket. He's collapsing around him. He goes down to the ground. Beautiful throw, Smith. They're going to say he's short for the moment. They had to get exactly to the 48 in Cardinal territory. For now, the spot is about 3/4 of a yard short. Let's see where he secures this football, though. Oh, he's turned it. Well, if that line is not official, as we know, but he had that ball over that line as far as I know. It was in his belly as he was turning. And it's important to note where he had the ball as well, right, Mark? I mean, he had it on his right hip. Yeah, at that point. So again, the hand there, you can see it. Mike Pereira is with us. Mike, what do you have here? We set the game clock for 6:15. Mike is carrying with you here. It's an announcement. It's just talking clock, but to me, I think it's a first down. I mean, it's where he has control of the ball when he's first contacted by the defense, and you see Mike getting it. He's hiding the flag. He's not throwing the challenge flag yet, but I think he's going to probably wait till the last minute, thinking maybe they will review this and do an expedited review. I think it's too close for an expedited review, so we'll see if he challenges. Well, thank you very much. I just think you have to. I just think that was, I mean, even if they, and you don't lose your count, if they move it a little bit, they just threw the flag. That's it. Have to look at is to make sure there was not a bobble. That is a first down. Yep. But nevertheless, that's a first down. Yes.
They still lost. Even though it was not 4th and 1, they got a first down.
So they're going to move the game clock back and add some time here. Because the challenge took a while to be effective by the Dolphins, those 45 seconds go back on the clock, and now they'll wind it again. On the whistle by Clay Martin. First down, Miami. Short toss, Mostert. Kaiser White is over there, and he didn't even get a piece because Williams took it down. Garrett Williams says it. Mostert's got all kinds of speed, so really nice job playing that from inside out and staying leverage in a leverage position to get that basically for almost no gain. Tua rolling and throwing. He's got the tight end Hill, and he is smoked by one. Third and 9 plus. A-Chain didn't get around in time. It looked like it was a forward pass. They're going to say that is a backward pass. Let's see what they eventually decide on this. The clock isn't running, so it looks like it's incomplete officially. And then the Cardinals. having that feel for one another.
Harrison's amazing.
So far, they haven't really been connected, and Kyler Murray and Marvin Harrison figuring out exactly what it is they want to accomplish today. And that will average more than a touchdown a game in college. Marvin Harrison Jr. Murray lets it rip once again. The tight end Trey McBride, his favorite target today, over 100 yards, second down. Kyler Murray, he is in that first read of his progression. He's been good all day today, but that first
He always locks into his first read.
he's so happy getting rid of that football. Connor swung back, third down on the way. Deshaun Hand has been effective today. He got the stop that time on a big third down play. Well, that front seven has been so good today, and you didn't give up explosives in the run game, but not today, because they've got that offense now that's complementing that defense, so they're a little bit pressure being out there, not giving up the big play, third down and one. They're going to have the 21. Connor in motion. Murray sends it away. Kyler Murray on a throw on third down. He catapults it out for McBride. It's a first down, Trey McBride. He has 17. Going straight up man-to-man across the board. They're bringing blitz pressure. May coming off the edge. And you see the leverage of McBride on that outcutting route. Hilliard can't keep up with him. And again, a beautifully accurate ball by Kyler Murray off the pressure. Third and one for Murray. Decisive with it. Gets the first down to the 37.
They call holding.
There is a marker down. Poyer got battered. Where's Johnson today? It wasn't going to affect the play. That's where you let the guy go, and you'll my running back's already fine. And that's you just knowing what you're doing. Listen, it's a couple extra yards, but not much more. Cam Smith ripped him down. Second down coming. Going back to that. It's knowing what you're doing for Jared Johnson, but also understanding the way officials call penalties. You have to understand what they see and why they called it in that situation. Just let it go. You've executed the block. There's no problem now. Let it go. Just not going to make a play. But you stay in, you take it to the ground, and that's going to get flagged. Now, Wilson is hurt. He's being helped off the field, so they lose their second year man on the Stanford, Michael Wilson, who had the touchdown earlier. Huge penalty. Zay Jones is in. He's with Dortz at the top of the screen. Kyler Murray down the middle. It's Harrison again, high pointing it. First down, Cardinals. I love the concentration because you know you're going to get hit. Long coming across there. Deep drop. These in-cutting routes, when you talk about how they have connected on the in-cutting routes, right there, you know you're going to get sandwiched between Smith and Long. With the concentration to bring that ball in, catch it in your hands, bring it in your body, protect it. The Cardinals are moving. Over 100 yards for Harrison as well. Somebody going to have their heart broken by this game. The Cardinals or Dolphins this afternoon. Connor. And they let him in right down the middle. Connor.
Bam! Carry these guys forward.
This is why you don't stop running the ball.
This team can run the ball well.
You just keep doing it. Let your angry running back go ahead and knock people around.
He played for the Steelers. He runs hard like a Steeler.
And then give your offense an opportunity to get that ball back. Connor has been cruising on this drive. Bodies everywhere. And this carry. This third down slung back by Agba. Murray on the run. He's going to run for it. Kyler Murray.
He's an electric player with the ball in his hands.
Once
Direct snap. Murray runs, gets the first down. This guy's electric.
Miami had it completely diagnosed. They had him in the backfield. They set the edge. And Kyler Murray, being the shifty runner that he is, still was able to get the first down. Watch this out here on the edge. Oddball. Right there. Get you around that. You've got that's May missing a tackle. Everybody right there, and nobody can get Kyler Murray down. Really nice job by Beecham out there getting a block number 68, and Kyler Murray converting. Oh, Wilson back. May not be the most talented team in the league. Keeps it going. Here's one of those timeouts right here. And then they'll put the ball wherever Chad. 3rd and 6, and it depends where. That was his career long earlier this afternoon. On 34 for the win. Does he have another one in him? Chad from 44. He is nails again. For the 3rd time as a Cardinal, Chandler Island says goodnight.
Clutch kicker. This guy's Vinatieri. 3 game-winning kicks. This guy's a clutch kicker. He's going to do the same to the 49ers in Week 18. It's game-winning field goal.
Joining a team
Murray Magic. Late game comebacks.
of the Arizona Cardinals bench as they swarm their kicker. Cardinals ran at the horn.
Wow, this was amazing. You know, a season like that, you're gonna make the playoffs like the Raiders. They had Daniel Carlson making game-winning field goals against the Dolphins and the Ravens, against the Clowns, and against the LA Chargers and another team too. Maybe the Broncos. This feels magical. Quite an ending to the season for the Arizona Cardinals. The kicker they signed off the street, replacing Matt Prater. It's beautiful stuff. The great Jorginho is going to go off tomorrow. Chug the last bit of the bottle with the Jorginho is still mine, because you know when he does. You know the Yankees are not losing. Jorginho World Series at bats. Where is he at? 9 at bats or something, I think, Jorginho. Jorginho makes his mark on the World Series. 61st home run in the World Series. The home run came breaking the record of 61 home runs. He hit a home run. 2 of them against Cleveland. He has 60 for the season. Jorginho is going to come through tomorrow. He's going to come through today. We hit a home run in his 57th at bat of the postseason. Yeah, he's had 40 at bats. He could hit a home run in the 41st at bat, the 42nd one. So be my guest. Jorginho, it's going to be a solo home run for his 32nd RBI. The postseason surpassed Babe Ruth in the Yankees home run list. It's Ruth, that's Camacho 32, or maybe Babe, that's Camacho 32. So he's at 31 RBIs in his postseason career. He's batting 199 like Tom Brady, being the 199th pick of the draft, and he's batting 199 in the postseason in his career. So Jorginho is going to write his legend. He will hit a home run tomorrow. Bueller is a trash pitcher. He's number 21. The Dodgers will be leading 2-1. It's not that complicated. It's rather very easy to diagnose what is going down. The Yankees will win the game. The Jorginho is a force to be reckoned with. He's going to come through here. Jorginho with 3 straight games with the home run to win World Series MVP at Yankee Stadium. That's what the Jorginho is going to do. He is a legend.